welcome to the Fantasy Football News for Week 10, your one-stop shop for all of your Columbia River and Outcast Fantasy Football League news. I am your host, Eric, and I appreciate you for watching. Are you all ready for another great week of fantasy football action? I certainly am, and we will get right on to the news after a short message from the Commissioner's Office. Hello, fellow league owners. I am your Columbia River League Commissioner, Eric. This week, the transit community, of which many of us are members, and the fantasy football community lost a friend. Greg Leckwald unfortunately lost a year-long battle with cancer this week. He is survived by his 2 children and his parents. We here at the Fantasy Football News offer our condolences to the Leckwald family during this difficult time. Greg was an original member of the Outcast League, and though he was no longer involved, he was still a friend. As we move forward, we will carry Greg's memory with us in our hearts. We will continue to honor his legacy by playing this game with the same passion and camaraderie that he brought to previous seasons. May Greg's spirit live on in the shared laughter, friendly rivalries, and enduring bonds of friendship that make fantasy football such a special part of all of our lives. Rest in peace, Greg. He will be forever missed. I now return you to your regularly scheduled news, fantasy football news, and the Columbia River League weekly contest results. All right. Thank you for that sad message, Commissioner Eric. It was blowout week in the Columbia River League this week, and the winner was the team that would win by the largest margin of victory. After Sunday's games, Eric was leading with a margin of victory of 53.6 points and all scoring finish, but AJ was a strong challenger, needing just 20.76 points from Josh Allen to take the victory and the $10 Commissioner's bounty. Things were not looking great for Allen in the first half of Monday night's game, but a late TD run handed AJ the victory in this one. We may all breathe easy now as the long reign of terror that Mike has subjected us to is finally over. Moving on, it is Keep It Warm week for Week 11. The team with the highest total scoring bench will take home the prize. All starting roster spots must be filled in order to be eligible for this contest. No dumping your roster to the bench just to pick up a contest win. Now, some exceptions may be made on a case-by-case basis if you simply just do not have enough players due to bye weeks or whatever to fill all of your roster slots, as I believe has happened once or maybe twice so far this season on a few teams. But again, that will be case-by-case basis. We will look at if, in fact, that comes up. On to the scores. First up is the Art of Dual Threat versus Killa MC. This contest was over on Sunday as the Art of Dual Threat had a 32.8 point lead and Josh Allen remaining. CeeDee Lamb was the standout star of this matchup, amassing 42.75 points as he led Tau DT to victory. Killa MC did manage an impressive 100% efficiency rating this week, leaving no points on his bench. Unfortunately, it was largely due to a struggle with bye weeks, and additionally, they had KJ Osborne slotted in a flex position even though he did not suit up for the game. The Art of Dual Threat collects a W in this one, a W in this one. What in the world am I doing? 217.95 to 160.30. Next up for Tau DT is the resurgent generic football team who has vowed to win out the season and claim a playoff slot. Killa MC will face garbage time. Next up is Rebel Scum versus Short Bus Superstars. Another match that was finished on Sunday as neither team had players in the Monday night contest. Rebel Scum continues to lead the league in average efficiency, managing to score 94.5% of their total possible points on the season. This efficiency has helped them to a first-place slot in the Hood Division, as well as a league-leading 2,083.75 points scored. This week was more of the same from a dominant Rebel Scum squad as they laid the smackdown on the Short Bus Superstars, even as the SS had Dak Prescott score an impressive 62.7 points. Final score in this one, Rebel Scum 229, Short Bus Superstars 175.4. Our next match is the generic football team versus Sweet Nuts. The generic football team were last year's league champion, but that has been all but forgotten as they sat in the cellar with just a single win coming into Week 10. Joe Burrow's early season woes were just a part of their issues this season. Having Daniel Jones and Jordan Love as secondary quarterbacks was no big help either. All that was left behind in Week 11 as the GFT was leading by 46.65 after Sunday's games. Sweet Nuts had Russell Wilson remaining on Monday night, but no signs pointed him being able to come up with that kind of total. The sleeper algorithm showed the GFT with a 99% chance to take home the victory. Final score here was GFT 224.5, his second highest point total of the season. Sweet Nuts 194.55. Week 11 will find the GFT lining up against the Art of Dual Threat. Sweet Nuts will tackle the Short Bus Superstars. Up next, we have My Purdy Team versus Corey Cash. Rumors around the league were that My Purdy Team had received some outside consultant advice to drop the Chargers defense and claim the Bills defense. Instead, they could only look on in horror as the Chargers defense gave up 41 points and 533 yards, costing My Purdy Team 2.4 points. Rumor has it now that the consultant will not be offering any Week 11 advice. Despite that snafu, though, My Purdy Team held a 26.7 point lead after the Sunday games and still had Khalil Shakir to go. Corey Cash, though, had James Cook remaining. Shakir managed only 3.85 points, but it was enough as James Cook was unable to find the end zone and put up 14.85 points. My Purdy Team takes home a victory in this one, 168.8 to 153.1. Next up for My Purdy Team is Rebel Scum. Corey Cash will face off against Stars and Stripes. Our final match this week is Garbage Time versus Stars and Stripes. At the end of regulation on Sunday, Garbage Time held a 22.25 point lead with no players remaining. Stars and Stripes had running back Javonte Williams and a little-known receiver, Stephon Diggs, yet to play. The sleeper algorithm gave Stars and Stripes a 77% chance at a victory that would extend their winning streak to 8. Williams managed only 110 all-purpose yards and a touchdown on Monday night, scoring 25.15 points. Diggs was largely kept quiet all night, but was still able to contribute 7.1 points. Stars and Stripes remains atop the inferior St. Helens division and moves to 9-1 on the season with this victory. Final score 182.1 to 172.1. Stars and Stripes meets Corey Cash in Week 11. Garbage Time matches up with Killa MC. That will do it for our Columbia River League coverage. Stay tuned for Outcast scores after these quick messages.
In this economy, who can afford an expensive haircut or a four-year degree?
Salt Lake Community College, Barbering and Cosmetology School, an unlicensed salon.
Let me give you a haircut.
I really need the practice.
Our degrees are 2 years and our haircuts are $2.
Men's cuts, only $2. Barbering and Cosmetology School.
Your hairdo is only limited by your imagination and how far along we are in this semester.
May I cut your hair?
I won't mess up, and even if I do, it's only $2.
Barbering and Cosmetology School.
Let me shave your face. Now featuring the pre-mission special, 2 haircuts for $4, guaranteed for 2 years.
Salt Lake Community College, Barbering and Cosmetology School, an unlicensed salon.
Let us cut your hair.
Hey everybody, Bockety here to let you know who laid an egg. In Outcast League, Bennett made the indefensible decision to start washed-up has-been Josh Allen over Detroit Lions superstar Jared Goff, costing himself 10.5 points and the victory. Had he also started Jason Myers at kicker, he would have ran away with the win. Instead, Bennett laid an egg. If Tim had stuck with the Green Bay receiving duo of Jaden Reed and Romeo Dobbs, instead of relying on aging veterans Deontay Johnson and DeAndre Hopkins, he would have scored 21.1 more points and notched the victory. Instead, Tim laid an egg. In Columbia River, Casey could have started either Gabe Davis or Jackson Smith-Njigba over Michael Thomas and handed a second defeat to Stars and Stripes. Instead, true to his team moniker, Garbage Time, let the entire league down and laid an egg. And finally, if Corey had the sense to start red-hot Cowboys receiver Brandon Cooks over Atlanta's Drake London, he would be enjoying the sweet perfume of victory this week. Instead, the yoke is on Corey as he laid an egg. That will do it for me. Have a great week, everybody, but Roger and Rob.
Hi, I'm Robert Lee. I own Coleman Liquidation. I sell mobile homes. I'm not going to waste your time. I'm going to tell it just like it is. These are mobile homes, not mansions. They come in 2 pieces. If that's what you're looking for, that's what I got. They're used. Some of them have stains. We cover that up. She decorates them. She sells them. These guys help me move them. A bouncer in Birmingham hit me in the face with a crescent wrench 5 times. And my wife's boyfriend broke my jaw with a fence post. So if you don't buy a trailer from me, it ain't gonna hurt my feelings. So come on down to Coleman Liquidation and get yourself a home. Or don't. I don't care.
Well, thank you once again to our sponsors and Bockety, as well as musical guest Ankle Pants, for this week's great commercial segment. Where am I in my... Oh, there it is. And on to this. Up next is our Outcast League coverage, and we will start there with our weekly contest. The weekly contest for Outcast was ice cold, with the team having the fewest players in single-digit scoring taking home the prize. At the end of regulation on Sunday, Amy was leading the weekly contest with 6 players in single digits and all scoring finished. Bennett was still in it. Bennett was still in it. That's great. That's right. That's a verse right there. Spitting. I'm just spitting rhymes. Bennett was still in it with 7 players in single digits, but 2 of them were zeros that were yet to play. Andrew also had 6 players in single digits, but 1 of them was a 0 yet to play. At the end of Monday night's game, all 3 teams sat at 6 players in single digits and forced a tiebreaker, with Amy taking the win as the team with fewest total points scored. Big congratulations to Amy in this one. Next week, the contest will be highest scoring losing team. Good luck to everybody, especially the Ballhawks. On to the scores. First up is Rebel Scum versus Saints for Life. Ooh, I'm skipping ahead there. Rebel Scum versus Saints for Life. The sheer display of offensive firepower that was put on by Rebel Scum in this one must have been awe-inspiring to the rest of the teams in this league. A literal tour de force of epic proportions was leveled upon the defending champion, and no answer was forthcoming. This contest was over before the Sunday night game even started, as Rebel Scum managed the victory thanks to impressive performances from Dak Prescott, Devin Singletary, and the San Francisco defense. On Monday morning, Saints for Life ownership announced a fire sale of expiring contract players and looks to be headed towards a rebuild. We will keep you up to date as that story develops. Final score here, Rebel Scum 153, Saints for Life 84.7. Rebel Scum will move on to face the Ballhawks in Week 11. Saints for Life takes on the Fantasy Football Team. Next up, we have Show Me Your Kittles versus Team Sesh. Show Me Your Kittles held a 76.6-point lead with no players remaining after Sunday's action concluded. Team Sesh had Javonte Williams and Stephon Diggs remaining. Team Sesh was likely feeling the effects of Pat Mahomes being on a bye week, starting Taylor Heineke at quarterback and netting just over 12 points on his performance. Couple that with Williams and Diggs posting just 23.9 points between them, and the recipe for a Team Sesh loss was complete. Final here, Show Me Your Kittles 159.55, Team Sesh 106.85. Up next for Show Me Your Kittles is Timinators. Team Sesh will host Mongo Mentality. Moving on, we have Stars and Stripes versus the Fantasy Football Team. Several matches were decided on Sunday. Add this one to that list. Stars and Stripes started rookie sensation C.J. Stroud as regular starter Jalen Hurts was on bye in Week 10, and Stroud didn't miss a step, scoring 24.6 points. The Fantasy Football Team made the wise decision to bench Trevor Lawrence in favor of Baker Mayfield, as Lawrence was held to just 3.95 points by the 49ers defense. Jamar Chase was the only other player on either roster to break the 20-point mark and helped Stars and Stripes grab the victory in this one, 138.2 to 106.9. Stars and Stripes will battle Randall Access Memories next week. The fantasy football team tackles Saints for Life. Up next is Volhawks versus Timinators. Have I mentioned yet that quite a few matches were decided on Sunday? Well, here is yet another one. Timinators quarterback Joe Burrow and running back Jahmyr Gibbs were the only two players on his roster to eclipse the 20-point mark, while the Ballhawks had only one player clear that same mark, quarterback Brock Purdy. Unfortunately for Timinators, they had 5 players fail to go over single digits, while the Ballhawks only had 3 in that same category. The Ballhawks managed another 63 points from their wide receiver and running back core, while Timinators is only able to put up 48.2 points from those two position groups. That was enough here for the Ballhawks to grab the victory, 128.4 to 116.75. The Ballhawks will visit Rebel Scum in Week 11. Timinators is on the road to Show Me Your Kittles. Our final match here in Outcast is Randall Access Memories versus Mongo Mentality. Randall Access Memories was behind by only 27.3 points at the end of regulation on Sunday, a trivial amount considering they had Josh Allen and Samaje Perine remaining, while Mongo had only the Bills' defense left to play. The Buffalo defense scored 6 for Mongo, while Perine managed 5.8 for Ram, leaving Josh Allen needing only 27.6 points to secure the win for Ram. Allen struggled early on Monday, but did manage 1 passing and 1 rushing touchdown, as well as 13 rushing yards, but was held to just 177 passing yards in the Bills' loss to Denver. At the end of the night, Allen scores only 18.15 points and hands the victory to Mongo, who, for their part, squeezed 33.3 points from Sam Howell's losing effort. Final in this match, Mongo Mentality 100.8, Randall Access Memories 91.45. Next up for Mongo Mentality is a date with Team Sesh, while Randall Access Memories will travel to Stars and Stripes. That will do it for Outcast coverage this week. Let's take a look at Waiver World.
It's Waiver World. It's Waiver World. It's pickup time. It's excellent. It's Waiver World. It's Waiver World. It's pickup time. It's excellent. Woo, 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 woo. Yeah, pickup time. Party time.
All right, our Waiver World report for Week 10. In Columbia River, outside the bid period, Killer MC added Jahan Dotson, the Jets defense, and Tyson Bagent. Short Bus Superstars picked up the Seahawks defense and Dorian Thompson-Robinson, likely thanks to the loss of Deshaun Watson in breaking news this morning. Rebel Scum grabbed Devin Singletary and Demario Douglas. The generic football team acquired Noah Brown and Dalton Kincaid. The Art of Dual Threat netted the Commanders' defense. During the bid period, the Art of Dual Threat grabbed Zach Wilson on an uncontested $6 bid, and the Lions defense, which they later dropped to acquire the earlier mentioned Commanders defense on an uncontested $3 bid. The generic football team added the Vikings defense on an uncontested $1 bid, and Keaton Mitchell on a $1 bid, beating out one other player. Am I missing a page? Oh, no, there it is. In Outcast League, Rebel Scum added Riley Patterson, Demario Douglas, Noah Brown, and the Kansas City defense. And that is it for Waiver World this week. Let's take a gander at the buy report. Teams on bye this week include the Atlanta Falcons, the New Orleans Saints, the New England Patriots, and the Colts of Indianapolis. If you have players on your roster from those teams, please find suitable replacements. That will do it for our Week 10 news and highlights. As always, we here at Fantasy Football News appreciate the viewers and league owners who continue to make this show possible. As a token of that gratitude, the Fantasy Football News will be hosting a Sunday night football party on December 10th. As the Eagles and Cowboys face off in what is sure to be an exciting matchup. We will be serving smoked barbecued ribs. Please text or message me if you are planning on attending, as I need to know how much food to prepare. As always, I will have a selection of Vancouver's finest tap water to drink, as well as some varieties of sparkling water. You may bring any alcoholic beverages of your choice. This should be a good time and will, in all likelihood, be my final football party of this calendar year. I look forward to seeing many of you here. Good night, everybody, and remember, at Fantasy Football News, we're better than you.